Ahoy, every peoples, and welcome to Sea of Souls, episode 30.
30.
30. We have made it to 30, which is awesome. Always, it's a good number. I like number 30. I was 30 once.
It's round. It's divisible by 2, divisible by 3.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good number. But yes, welcome to episode 30. Thank you for tuning in if you're live with us on Twitch. Also, that's the best way to consume our product as we do live chat and come and hang out with us and chat, and we'll have some good entertaining times together. But however you're watching this or listening to it, we thank you for doing so, and we are glad for your following. And if you haven't yet, then please check out our link tree. And you can find the links to all of our socials there, and you can find out how to listen to us on Podbean and check us out on YouTube, and check out our Patreon as well, which we just launched. And we have some exciting things, and there's some tiers which give you some exclusive content behind the scenes, some digital maps. You can get some exclusive emotes in our Discord server, and if you really like us, then you can actually influence our stream live as it happens, which is a pretty cool perk. I think it helps you to, you're really like watching a show and you're just like, man, I really wish I could like interact with the show and make things happen. Well, now you can. So check out our Patreon and subscribe, support us, and you can do that. And we would love to have you aboard. Check out our Discord as well and come and join the community. And let's all hang out and talk nerdy stuff and D&D and talk nerdy to me. That's good. Good times. But yeah. I don't think I have anything else to talk about. Oh, other than obviously, so we had a little bit of a snafu with our intro music, our starting soon stream music. Apparently, Twitch was like, "Hey, this is copyrighted. You can't play it." Which I wrote it. Twitch, reminder, thanks to my music. And to prove that, I just did a bit of a remix of it. And apparently, it's working. So, yay! Yay for music. And Twitch, if you have any questions, like chat. Okay, you can't copyright me. I wrote it.
And this was the last
time
we love you, Twitch. We love you.
Twitch, we promise that we will not make Craig sue himself.
I have no money, so it would be a very quick case. Anyway, stay tuned for the break as well. We have something a little brand new in the break, 2 debuts, so look forward to that. Little video with links to all of our socials and all that like. So that'll be coming up for our break. But without any further babbling on, which we like to do a lot, let's weigh anchor, mateys, and jump in to session 30. Oh my goodness.
Whispers in the window are angry waves. Way over the sea of souls. Down to the mists as the ocean slaves. Way over the sea of souls. Hey, ho, the sea of souls. Way, oh, the sea of souls. Oyster sails round the eddies and shoals. Hey, ho, it's the sea of souls. Oh, way, ho, the sea of souls. Way, oh, the sea of souls. Oyster sails round the eddies and shoals. Hey, ho, it's the sea of souls. Hey, ho, it's the sea of souls. Sea of souls.
All right. So, last we met, an unnatural storm had gathered to assault the docks of the Ivory Spires port, accompanied by haunting thunder and ghostly faces in the clouds, as well as a thick, slick, grotesque rain, definitely unnatural. Just as the storm threatened shore, a barrier of arcane light was erected by the mages present, and it seemed to hold off the storm and keep the community safe for now. Fast forwarding, per your agreement with Kamari, the Owlfolk wizard from the Spire, you accompanied her inland to a strange ruin hidden within the forests of the island, where she affirmed that the four of you were fractured, apparently touched by the chaos weave in different ways. This fracturing is also necessary for anyone to enter into whatever strange ruins had been discovered. Entering into the forest, you came upon a gate with runes in an unknown language. However, when each of you looked upon these runes, they changed into a language that you knew quite well, seeming to react to each one of you differently. Before entering, Kamari enacted a psychic link between the five of you. However, immediately after you stepped through, her voice disappeared mid-sentence, and looking through the gate, you could no longer see her. A little while after entering in this glade, you realized that the sky was not your sky. This glade was not in Eudora. It was somewhere different, a different realm, perhaps. After some investigating, looking at these strange pools of odd liquid that had sort of star shapes in them, kind of a viscous material, including a parrot diving into one and popping out of another, Torque managed to contact some sort of beings or entities on the inside of the strange dome that sat in the middle of this glade. And after a little bit of back and forth, getting a little bit antsy, Flick decided to just get on with it and touched the runes on the outside, which opened it, turned the sky black as night as time seemed to fast forward. And on the other side, you were met by a host of strange creatures waiting for you. And that is where we pick up. The creatures on the other side of this dome are unlike anything that you've ever seen. Not natural beasts or creatures, or even some of the more well-known monsters that haunt the world. Two of them have these central eyes, just one eye right in the middle of the head. And as they look at you, there seems to be some sort of weird, sickly gaze, this light kind of coming out of them.
We've got spotlights on us.
As they turn their heads, the light kind of falls on you. You can feel their gaze almost physically. You can feel it kind of palpable around you. Two other smaller creatures just kind of squirm around on the ground, very sickly looking, very pale gray skin, eyes kind of bulging red. They just low to the ground, just kind of watching. Main figure standing in the middle has 6 long arms, strange misshapen claws on the hands of each of them, kind of hunched over. Its face is unrecognizable. The skin, a texture that you can't quite place. And as the 5 of these entities kind of look at you, heads kind of tilt a little bit. The 2 with the large eyes focus their gazes, kind of looking at you each one by one. And then the central figure, the one with the 6 arms, points one claw out to you, Flick. Come. You feel yourself unwilling to disobey.
You did fail that wisdom save last
I was
session.
going to say that was the end of the session, was him failing that wisdom.
Here's the other shoe.
I mean, all right. So I'm feeling well disposed towards these chaps here.
You feel inclined to just follow as he kind of summons you forward. You're just kind of like, okay.
Inclined.
There's no hesitation.
Flick, I don't think you should be going in there.
I mean, why not? It's perfectly safe. Come on in. The water's great.
Torque. Grab the goblin.
Aye. I'm gonna run in.
Already. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna run in behind him. See what I can do about this.
Okay. As you do, the
I could attempt to grapple him.
The 2 one-eyed
that's
entities
creepy.
turn their gaze directly on you. Their eyes kind of pulse towards you. I need you, Torque, to make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
No, con save for the barbarian. Whatever shall we do?
Oh, don't say that, because if you say that, I'm gonna roll real low, and it's gonna be embarrassing. 22.
22. Okay. You feel momentarily as like your entire body just ceases up and stops moving. You manage to kind of break through it and continue forward, but you are slowed and you feel like you're kind of fighting these effects. And it seems to be more reactionary as you kind of run in and the two of them just kind of, instinctively just turn to look at you and kind of pulsed out to try and stop your assault. And as they see that you're grabbing for Flick instead, as opposed to running at them, they kind of just pause and tilt their heads and look and watch you as you reach out for your friend. Flick, you feel Torque kind of coming and grabbing. You don't really want to be grabbed or stopped by Torque.
I mean, I'll duck a shoulder as he goes to grab for it, and
all right, so I guess we'll do a
All right.
contested grapple check here then.
Let's do it up. Uh-oh.
Well, I can't not win.
So Torque, that ever so brief moment of just even being slowed slightly gives Flick the edge as he just always a little bit quicker manages to just whoop, kind of duck out of the way. The entity points to the ground just kind of in front of him, Flick, and just says, "Come, approach."
I mean, can't get much closer here. You want a hug?
You feel yourself kind of pulled like right in front of him as he kind of moves and steps in front of you.
Dinar,
Yes.
Where are you from?
I think there might be magic afoot.
Well, you probably pieced together. We ain't from around here.
Yes.
Where? We're from home. Where are you from? You're from here, right?
It's home. What world?
I ain't big on geography, so actually, D. Hey, D. What's the world called?
What do you mean the world, Eudora?
That one.
Yeah.
World of chaos.
Feel like maybe you shouldn't have said that, Captain.
It makes sense you were able to enter here. You reek of chaos. All of you.
Guilty as charged.
We have been walking for a long time.
Smell it. We taste it. It calls to us.
Well, how can we help?
Why have you come?
Captain. I think we're a little outside of our usual element.
Would agree. I don't know that we survive if we took these things off. Let's just
so
say
he's just sort of-
not. So I should not pull the trigger.
not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
Torque is
you-
awaiting further instruction.
Why have we come here? Well, we're explorers, and it's a paying gig, so we're exploring.
Explorers. As this conversation is happening, and Dinar and Talon, as you kind of have a back and forth, you see the two one-eyed entities. Each one kind of turns a gaze towards you, and you feel the light kind of pulse over you, and it just kind of turns its head. I need both of you to make a deception check, please.
Oh, I'm not bad at that.
I am horrible at that. I have a +1. What's my good dice? This one.
13.
7 total.
You bad
Okay.
liar.
Yep.
Dinar,
Yep.
what is a fact about you or a secret that you don't want anybody else to know, but that this entity suddenly sees within your mind.
Wow.
You're unable to hide it from them.
A fact that I don't want anybody to know.
Same question for Talent.
Oh boy.
As you feel the gaze just kind of pierce in your mind, and there's a moment where you try to like block them out, but the light just kind of pierces and pushes through, and you can feel this probing of your subconscious.
I'm saying this out loud.
You feel you can. I suppose you can type it to me if
Okay. Well, I just what like
if you'd rather the meta knowledge be out there, but this isn't being spoken out loud to the party. This is something that transpires between you and the creature uncovers about you, which your fellow players will not use their metagame knowledge on to hold against you.
I'm trying to think if Dinar has anything else besides the one thing.
Ah, yes. The one thing. Most ominous.
All right, Craig, I'm gonna type it to you.
Yeah, sure. Send take it to the DMs for full dramatic effect.
Talon, you may do the same if you so wish.
I mean, the rest of us could just
All
plug
right.
our ears if you want to say it for the audience. You know,
I'd like you to leave the table 08.
Real dramatic irony.
I'm sure it'll get brought up at some point.
Oh, it'll be revealed, but not yet. I'll DM Craig. 1 sec.
All right, sweet. So while that's happening, you guys can DM that to me. The 6-armed entity kind of looks at you, Flick. You say you are explorers. You don't seem to know what it is you are exploring.
well, like I said, we were guns for hire sort of thing, right? We were the ones who they said could do this thing, so we're doing the thing, and they're going to pay us well.
So you have come unbidden.
I mean,
Unsummoned.
summoned? No, sent. That's I mean, you can come meet the lady that sent us. She's real nice. She's a little flighty, but you know, that's a bird thing, I think.
You are trespassers then.
I mean, we didn't know, right? You put up
Or
this
he's
big,
gonna very slowly reach for his maul.
which slides out of that holster like butter. It's great. Hey, listen, you're putting up your magic doorways everywhere, and we're walking through, and we come here like we didn't mean to. If there's like a no trespass, didn't the sign say welcome or come on in or some crap like that?
Not our gate. The entity sees you kind of reaching back, and the two one-eyed entities kind of turn their gaze towards you as well. I would like you to make a deception check, Torque.
Oh boy. Me and my big mouth. All right.
Ooh.
16.
You feel a probing into your mind, and through sheer stubbornness, you just managed to kind of close it off and blink it away. The two kind of look at you, look back at each other. They have this weird kind of screeching sound.
Stay out.
The one
Come
with
back
6
with-
arms,
Come back with a warrant.
the one with 6 arms kind of backs up a step and says, "Very well. Let us judge your worthiness of being here."
Hey man, I'm an open book.
I'll get everybody to go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh
After I
boy.
remove all the turns that are in here already. There we go.
Is Flick still on our side, or
I mean, I'm rolling. I don't know what I'm doing, but we'll see.
You have no idea at the moment. Let's just put
Me
it that way.
neither.
Go up there for that.
Oh, that's a fun roll. Wow, thankfully for you guys, these guys are rolling like garbage on their initiatives. So.
I just realized I have advantage on initiative roll, so I'm just going to re-roll and see.
You do.
Yeah. So the first one was a 13. That one was worse. I'll keep the 13.
Good choice.
Man, I just rolled like the worst initiative for these guys possible, I think. So I suppose you guys can take that to heart. Talent. As soon as they say,
"Oh boy, I'm first,"
you shall be judged. Prepare yourself. You feel this moment of alacrity where you're just ready to jump in. You are going to kick us off.
Okay. Can I have some kind of idea of like where they might be, what kind of a stance they might be going into, if they might all kind of be splitting up? Like, can I notice anything, or am I literally just like hair trigger reacting?
You've seen that they've all kind of hunched down, like ready to engage, and they don't seem to be fleeing. There is this kind of battle ready stance. Anything more than that, you're not entirely sure. These creatures are entirely alien to you. You've never seen anything like them, so it's hard to even understand their mindset at all.
And I have no idea what these things can even be capable of doing. So I think I'm going to start us off with grabbing the squeeze box at my hip, kind of glancing around real quick. At least there's still moisture here. And I'm going to project various pools of water to cascade out around me into my own shape and cast mirror image.
Okay.
Nice.
Because I'm not taking any chances.
Alrighty.
And then I'm going to I'm going to send Redtail in to harass the mangler guy, the big multi-arm guy, and provide the help action for for Dinar, who is up next.
The help action.
You'll have advantage in any attack.
You can do that. That's a thing you can do. Players watching, remember that. That's a thing you can do.
And would I be able to take cover behind one of these vats?
You can attempt to. Yeah, they look. You can probably crouch behind.
Yeah, like if I crouch behind. I don't need to. Just any level of cover would be great.
Yeah, even give you some cover. Yeah.
All right, and get the pistol ready.
All right, Dinar.
Alrighty, well, Dinar is going to mutter some arcane words in Draconic, get his hands out like this. The illusory form of Torque will appear in his hands, and as he kind of backs away from the main thrust of the fight, Dinar's hands will expand and Torque will be enlarged.
Hey, there it is. All right, little D, or little T, little guy, right? That's what it is.
25, and Dinar will get to there.
Even smaller.
And that will be Dinar's turn, I think. Yep. That's all.
All right, seeing as I'm big now, I just need to check some boxes real quick on my damage output.
let me just check a couple boxes here.
All right,
check it again.
I'm going to rage. As part of my rage, I'm going to use Instinctive Pounce to move up to half my speed over here. Is this solid ground? Am I looking at this correctly? Okay. And so my intent here is I would like to recklessly attack the Mangler. Well, first, since I raged, let me just get my aura out. It's been a while. All right. Could I get a dexterity save from the Mangler?
You certainly can. That's a 14.
That is exactly what he needed to pass. So unfortunately, He's only going to take half of this. So 2 lightning, but I am about to attack him recklessly, and I would like to use my Crusher Feet to kind of try and push him further away from Flick, because I think he's a bad influence.
Okay.
Ah,
Not great. 14.
14 does hit. Just hits.
ooh.
All right. So with the enlarged damage, that is going to be a total of 18. And I would like to push him 5 feet this way.
Okay.
Way ho ho! Gee, what the heck? We're just having a little chat.
And since I've
here.
got some movement left, I'm going to interpose myself between Flick and the Mangler and use my second attack.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
A little bit better. That's a 22.
22 will definitely hit. Yes, sir.
For another 15. And this time I would like to push him another 5 feet, but this way. So I'm directly between the creature and Flick.
Does it say that you can choose which direction you push through, or is it just away from you?
I think it's wait, well, let me check. I think it's 5 feet.
I think it's,
Let me double check the exact word. Yeah, it's
I think you move them 5 feet, so it doesn't matter.
I
what
can
direction.
move it 5 feet to
If
an
it's moved 5
unoccupied
feet, then you're
space.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay.
So I hook him with like the hooked part of my anchor and kind of like swing him in front of me,
Gotcha.
like kind of like a man catcher.
I don't want to be the rules lawyer, but it also does also say once per turn.
Oh, okay. In that case, I don't do that, and that doesn't happen.
Okay.
But-
Never mind.
But the first move is
Count.
a good move.
That's what we rely on you for, Ian.
I swear I'm still on your team. I promise.
All right. So he doesn't move the second time then, but he does take that full damage. So you get a couple good hits on him. Excuse me. That's everything for Torque?
That's all I can do for now.
Okay. Now, Flick,
Yeah.
you're not really sure why are they fighting? Your friends are fighting these hosts that you were just having a conversation with.
New friends. What's going on?
To be fair,
need you to
I
make-
haven't done anything aggressive yet.
True.
Yeah.
At the start of your turn, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Wisdom save. Oh, one of my good saves. Here we go. That is a 10.
Okay.
Just rolled last time.
You don't feel that instinct to attack them. You don't. There's kind of a confusion. You're not quite sure what is going on. So you can still act. You can still move, but you're unable to do anything that would bring harm to. You're not against your friends. You just don't want to hurt anybody right now, because why would you hurt any of them?
I think we're just getting off on the wrong foot here. You guys are. How can I justify this?
It's like your kids are fighting, and you're like, whoa, hey, wait, guys, come on.
Yeah, I don't want anyone to get hurt here. So I'm going to cast Protection from Evil and Good on Torque.
I'll mark myself a little dot to remember that.
So
So that means-
if these things are aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead, they will have to. They have disadvantage on attack rolls against the warrior.
well, I did just reckless attack, so they will attack me normally.
They are
It all-
indeed
it evens out.
aberrations. So
So
Aberration.
they cancels each one out.
all right.
I am concentrating.
They're very, very aberrant. All right.
Otherwise, I'm actually gonna. So I cast that. I'm gonna use my racial ability called Always Watching,
Okay.
which allows me to make an insight or perception check as a bonus action. So I'm gonna insight check the Mangler and just see what I think his intent is.
Sure. You will have disadvantage on this because of your partially charmed state.
So a 7. I don't understand why everyone's fighting.
Oh, what's happening?
So I gotta step up and sort of hand on my whoa, what's going on here?
To be fair, they haven't attacked yet either. They haven't made any moves.
I see the other bad guy sort of up, hackles up, aggressive stance. It's like, hey, whoa, let's just cool everything down here. And that's my turn.
Okay. That brings us to Jeff Mangler.
Jeff Mangler.
Yeah, his name's from
There's a
last
little
stream.
voice in the back of my mind that's
Yeah.
like, what if Flick is right and these guys really did mean us no harm?
And you just killed him, killed yourself and everybody. All right. So you've all taken a turn already, so this isn't going to do that. I'm just gonna make 2 claw attacks against Monsieur Torque here.
Okay. To normal rolls.
That's what we're gonna go with here. So 15 on the first one,
That's gonna miss.
and second one is going to be a natural 1.
I'm also confident that misses.
Mm-hmm. Take a couple of swipes at you. Almost seems like kind of testing swipes, and just kind of looks up to you. And you hear a voice in your head. Actually, it's the same voice that you'd heard the Mangler speaking before. Not bad, not bad.
I'm really tired of hearing voices in my head.
Move around you a little bit here. All right, that's going to bring us to the groove. As these 2 strange little creatures kind of close in on you, Torque, Flick as well, you feel there's weird kind of almost like madness and chaos that just kind of starts like picking at your brain. It's a little bit distracting. You don't need to make save, but it just gives you a bit of a distraction. You have disadvantage on saving throws while they're near you.
Those Gru really are despicable.
Yes, they are.
Aha.
Indeed, they are. All right, so this one is going to make a bite attack against you. 14 does not hit, right?
Nope.
This one is going to charge at you, Flick.
Uh-oh.
15. I think you need to roll your shield for that one.
I will. There we go.
Ooh.
It says AC is 20.
So, yep, you managed to block it.
Shield comes up and says, hey, watch the dog.
They don't seem to speak. They just kind of make some weird, like, chittering sounds. And maybe
I'm-
there's some
I'm-
language there, but you can't quite understand it.
I'm giving the Mangler the what the heck look. It's like, hey, come. Your dog's humping my shield here.
Let's see. This one's going to come, turn its gaze on you, deny.
Of course.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
All right, I'm not.
As it turns its gaze on you, and its eye kind of flashes this pulse of sickly green, and just goes.
Okay, I have a +3 here. With 16, so 19 total.
19. Okay, that is a save. Excellent. You feel this dark energy kind of pulse over you, but you manage to kind of shrug it off and steel yourself against it. Very uncomfortable feeling, though.
Do I have to roll for my concentration on enlarge? Or
No.
is that only if I get hit?
Yeah, you didn't take any damage or anything from that,
Okay.
so.
Very good.
Talent, can I get you to make a Constitution saving throw, please?
I guess so. Constitution save, eh?
Yes, sir.
5.
5. As the pulse of dark energy emanates over you. You take. Oh, look at those horrible rolls. 6 points of necrotic damage.
I mean,
As its eye kind of blinks and shoots this weird green dark energy over you. You just kind of feel like a shiver goes through your body, like, ugh.
boy,
Very
I'm
unsettling.
tired of feeling damage in my brain.
Yeah. Talon, is your turn.
Now, just as a thing, is this a AOE or is this a targeted attack?
It is a targeted attack.
Then I'm just going to go ahead and see if he even hit the right me,
Oh,
because I do have mirror image up.
It does target one creature it can see within 30 feet. So it is a target.
Okay, then I need to roll a 6 or higher on the d20. I did.
You rolled a 20. Well, then it takes out one of
my water. So
Your
one of the
mirrors,
talons just bursts into a splash of water. Damn, that was the one on my best side. So this thing is right in front of me, and I'm ticked off at it, I guess. I am going to... I guess I can see from this position, I can kind of see everything, right? Like, is there like a doorway blocking me from really being able to see what's going on in the main area, or is it all
No, you can see everything. There's enough openings, like it's quite open, yeah, that you can see.
okay? Jeez. All right, I am going to begin to conjure up as much water as I can in this place, surging around into the ground ahead of me, and swipe it across the two eye creatures.
Hey.
They will both need to make dexterity saving throws. Oh, you don't know a storm till you ride the wind neath cold and blackened skies. Oh, till you're sailing through the thunderhead with the lightning in your eyes.
So that's 12 for one of them, and 9. So the one directly in front of you is 12. The one so closer to Dinar.
Both of them fail as a colossal tidal wave splashes against the two of them, dealing 16 bludgeoning damage and knocking both of them prone.
Ooh.
I am then going to get Willie to come back around, and now that it's prone, have advantage on his attack. Because he
16.
is a summon beast Willie, not a summon familiar Willie.
Okie doke.
With a 14 plus my spell modifier. Okay, so 14 plus 6, which I'm guessing is a hit.
Oh, that is a hit.
Excellent. He shall be taking, as the enlarged parrot dives down upon the poor creature, struggling to stand after being knocked to the ground. He shall take 8 piercing damage.
8 parrot damage.
8 parrot damage.
8 tropical damage.
8 tropical exactly. Exactly.
I mean, have you seen those beaks? Like even on a regular sized parrot, that could take off a finger.
Definitely,
And I think that's going to be all. Oh, I shall throw a bardic inspiration onto Dinar because I think we're good. I think we're kind of in a pickle here.
Okay.
Remind me, because it's been a while. What does that do for me again?
Gives you a D6 on just about every D20 roll, but you can also add it to spell damage if you prefer.
You feel good about yourself. That's what it does.
I mean, I do feel good about myself. It's true.
Come now, Dinar, let us fight these creatures like the best of friends. We're hearty souls on the ocean's flow. Heave ho, onwards we roll and get them.
Dinar. do the thing.
Magic him up. He's prone.
Well, I will do the classic wizard magic him up thing. And the one in front of you is prone.
No, both of them are prone.
They're
Both of
both
them are
prone.
Okay, well, the one that's right in front of me, this one, I got the wrong thing selected. This thing here. Dinar is going to throw a 3rd level magic missile. So, gather up some magical energy and then thrust his hands forward.
Now that is something that he can add inspiration to the damage
And
for, right?
that's what I'm going to be doing, yes.
Correct. You can add a d6 to the extra damage.
Alrighty, so I will be 5 darts. So
To
that
the
is
unblockable damage.
5d4, which I now have.
Plus 1d6.
5d4 plus a d6.
Listen to that rattle.
Oh, that's... it's a mixed bag. Alright, I got 2 1s, a 2, so we're up to 4. Plus a 4, 8. Plus a 4, 12. Plus a 6 is...
18.
Thank you. Plus 5. So 23 damage. 23
Dang.
force damage to the Nothic right in front of me.
That's some significant damage. It's still, well, I guess it's not standing, it's crouching, but still up. But you battered it pretty good. The light in its eye can actually seems to flicker a little bit. Like what, five ships, 5 ethereal ships just slam into it?
Oh yeah, those are ships. That's right.
And,
It's been too long, guys. It's been too long.
And one of them, of course, is decked out with a small, tiny version of a little band of Talons all singing sea shanties at super high chipmunk voices.
I was gonna say one of them's riding like an ethereal wave, but yeah, that's probably more accurate.
Yeah. Awesome.
Blink and you'll miss it.
upon you, Sir, for the fast. That's amazing. Is that it for Donar?
I think Dinar is going to take a couple more steps back because he can throw magic from pretty far. So he's going to step back to this well back here, and then that'll be Dinar's turn.
Okay. Torque.
All right, I see that there's baddies getting to our back line, so I think a regroup is in order. First thing I'm going to do is, using my Crusher feat, I'm going to make a reckless attack against the guy that's harassing Flick to try and push him away.
The despicable one?
Yeah. Him and his minions. Ugh. Does an 18 hit?
It does. Yes.
Okay, so that'll be a paltry 12 bludgeoning damage, but I'd like to push him 5 feet just due south.
Okay.
Then, for my second thing, I am currently large, which means that I have advantage on strength-based skill checks, including grapple checks. I'm going to try and grapple Flick again.
Okay.
Get him out of there. 25.
I feel like you make a contested grapple here.
Yeah, I'm confused why you're grabbing me, but sure. It's only an 18.
Good, but yeah, you managed to definitely get hold of him this time, pick him up.
And so with Flick grappled, I can move us both back half my speed, which should be 20. Sorry, hang on. My keyboard is... I've got a wireless keyboard, but sometimes the signal cuts out. 1 sec. Well, 5, 10, 15...
So the Mangler
20.
and the Gru are both going to take their opportunity attacks against you as you move away.
So Flick comes with me.
Where do you want me?
Just right by my side. And basically, I'm holding you just in one fist, like that old Looney Tunes with like the dog that has the little kitten. It just has like the thumb on top of his head.
19 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
All right. So as it reaches out a claw, it rakes you for 10 points of slashing damage.
Nice. Easy to calculate.
As well as an additional 11 points of psychic damage, which you do not resist, obviously.
Yes.
So that will
might
go
actually
full.
take some real damage this time.
As the claw reaches
hang on a
slashes
sec.
your skin, you also feel like a ooh.
That attack should have been at disadvantage because he's still.
Oh, but I did attack recklessly.
Okay, never mind.
No,
then.
I just did
There
it.
you go.
I did it. Yeah, no, I did it normal because the advantage
straight roll.
they cancel each other out. Yeah,
Good.
I
Carry on.
factored that in already. And then the Gru is going to attempt to bite at you for a natural one. So no, it's like get your shell and just like.
And since I haven't used a bonus action yet, I'm going to use my Storm Aura to force a dexterity save on this Mike Wazowski on the right. I don't know why I'm talking like Flick today. I'm not sure why. It's just so infectious.
It just rubs off at everyone. What can I say?
That's a 10 dex save.
It's a fail, so he's going to take 4 lightning damage from my aura as I move towards him.
You stealing my
As
kill?
I'm protecting my captain. I'm defending my captain.
You move in beside this, and the lightning just kind of pulsing off of you, just like reaches and arcs out, and you watch it just almost like a quick zap, and then also just like and just like fries to a crisp and drops.
No, that's good.
And like Flick is like slapping you, like, what are you doing?
Oh man!
I try to shake him a little just to see if that'll snap him out of it.
All right, Flick. Wisdom save with advantage now, because they did attack you.
They did. It's gonna be a pair of 10s now. Check it out.
Come on, Flick.
Oh, average 10.
It's getting better.
Yeah.
There's confusion as to like, wait, why did they attack me? Why is Torque grabbing me? But you're still not sure why they're fighting each other when you're all supposed to be just having a conversation. So yeah, you're still not sure about. You don't want to hurt anyone. You don't want to fight.
Yeah.
It's a very confusing situation.
I am a little confused here. Does Torque still have a hold of me?
Yeah, I've still got you grappled.
All right, then I guess I will escape the grapple.
You can certainly try. I make a contested
that's
roll
not
for
with
this,
advantage.
right?
Yep.
So just the 19, sorry. That shouldn't have been with advantage.
24.
Yeah, you're not going anywhere. You squirm to your best ability. You're pretty good at squirming, but Torque's just got a nice meaty lock on you, like.
Out of character, I'm very sorry, Ian.
No, it's all good. Because
It's for your own good.
Are you?
Jeez. I'm gonna talk some sense into you. I'm gonna bonus action Misty Step to here.
Oh,
Yeah.
There it
Well-
is. There it is.
Yeah.
You can't do anything about that.
Then I action surge. And the whip is out, and I'm gonna try and trip the mangler
Okay.
because I'm tired of everyone fighting and I want everyone to sit down and talk. So I'm gonna make them sit down. It's a non-damaging attack, so I hope this is still kosher. So with I'm just gonna pop this into so I get to make an acrobatics check contested by your athletics or acrobatics, your choice.
You do indeed.
So you need to beat 10.
We'll go with this acrobatics. More agile. 18.
All right. Good thing I have extra attack. I'm gonna try again.
It plays jump rope with just what?
Yeah, better. 22 this time.
19.
Okay, he's on his butt.
Trip it up this time. Yeah.
Listen, we are just trying to talk here. Stop beating on each other, you dinguses. And my turn is done.
Kind of turns torso twisting in an impossible manner to like face the other direction from its feet are, and looks at you. But you must be judged. And it is going to go full flurry of claws on you here to make 6 claw attacks.
Nice.
Oh.
I've got a lot of shield rolls too in a second here.
Or you're just kind of watching this, just face palming.
First one is 13.
Misses regardless.
Second one is a 13.
Yep. Keep them coming.
That's a natural 20.
Ooh.
Great.
That.
So for the natural 20, you will take. Oh, why did it didn't do double? That's weird. Should have done double dice there. So that's going to be 15 slashing damage. And an additional 15 psychic damage.
Oh.
Hey, yeah, that stings a bit.
30 damage for episode 30.
And that was the third attack, right?
One,
Fourth attack.
two, three.
No, that was the third attack.
That was 3.
Okay, so this is attack number 4. That's gonna be 26 to hit.
26. There is nothing I can do against 26.
So that'll be 11 slashing damage.
Yeah.
No extra on this one. Fifth attack is a 14.
All right, this one I actually have to roll the shield. 3 says my AC is 20.
Just for the sake of fairness, is protection from evil and good a concentration spell?
Concentration, yeah, I should be rolling concentration.
And sixth attack is going to be a 16.
16 might hit. Let's see, the shield says no.
You're good.
All right, so I took damage once, twice. So 2 concentration checks.
Yeah.
And
You took 30 points of damage on one attack. And is that it?
Warcaster. I have advantage on these because I'm Warcaster. All right.
You took 30 on one and 25 on another.
Right, yeah.
No, just 11.
11, sorry, yeah, on the other one, yeah.
Oh, just 11. Never mind.
Right.
I misread.
So one's a DC 10, the other's a DC 15, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the DC 15. No.
Oh.
Protection
Protection
is
from
gone.
evil is gone. Yeah. So they no longer have disadvantage.
All right, that hurt.
All right.
Am I still beguiled by this guy?
Not anymore. No, after it like full on assaults you, there's kind of like a snap in your mind and we're like, what the?
All right.
All right.
Playing hardball now, huh?
The grooves. One is gonna 14 to hit.
Maybe. Nope.
Oh, we good. And the other one. Oh, move in here. That's gonna be 5. So no, they come in and start biting at you, but they do not hit. However, as they are moving in on you, you do have disadvantage on all saving throws as well as attack rolls against the 3 of them in this all close to you right now. There's kind of this aura of madness that just starts to like push in on your brain. You're like, oh, that doesn't feel right.
Can I tell how big that aura is out of curiosity?
Not it. All you know is that you're in it.
Okay.
It's not a visible aura. You just know that you're in it. Yeah. All right. The Nothic that is still standing.
Well, he's prone right now, so not even that.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Sorry.
He is going to he doesn't quite stand. He just kind of like goes into like a crawl, kind of 4-legged run, and just comes rushing at you, Jalen.
They provoke an opportunity attack from a bird.
Yep.
Hooray.
Well,
Ooh, that might hit. That
12.
is a 12 plus 6, so 18.
18 does hit.
Hooray. He'll take 14 piercing.
Holy.
Max damage.
Okay, so its back gets like ripped open, and it just almost kind of ignores it and just in this chaotic madness just rushes right at you. It's going to make 2 claw swipes at you.
Eat this shy creep.
16 to hit.
We'll see, won't we? Oh yeah, that does hit.
Oh.
Oh no.
For 5 damage.
Oof.
And its second claw attack is going to be a 21 to hit.
Well, let's find out. Oh, I think that's not enough.
Has to be a 10 or higher, right?
I think so. I only have 2 left now. Yeah. Let me see. When you have, an 8 or higher. Oh,
So you just
squeaked in.
So it does 8 damage to your other.
Which will disintegrate it into a splashing.
Yeah. All right, and that brings it to your turn.
All right. Well, seeing as he's directly in front of me, I shall first produce my pistol and then produce my rapier, saying, "Stand and deliver, for I am the boldest sailor," and stab him. 19 to hit.
Flourish of a song, and then just like
As I draw the rapier out, it will be coated in brine, salt, and dripping acidic water, and I will drive it forth directly into its eye for 14 acid damage.
Yeah, that'll do it. More than enough. Just like the eye burst.
Ew. All
Well,
right.
what do you expect? Just
I mean,
a giant eyeball. I mean, that's what it's gonna do.
that's fair.
And pus
And
just like
then
pours out of it.
I'm gonna like shake off the sword and resheath it. Whistle at Willie and point off into the combat. I'm gonna throw a bardic inspiration onto Flick because the poor guy looks like he can use it.
He's getting mangled.
Yeah.
It's pretty gruesome.
I'll send my bird down there to go and attack one of them grooves
Okay.
with a 17 plus 6 to hit.
Yes.
For 14. Oh god, 14 piercing damage. Atta boy,
Oh,
red
really?
tail.
That's a pretty good hit. Yeah, just like your parrot's actually bigger than the Gru at the moment because they're pretty tiny. So it just like rakes.
It will
open a gash right across. It opens it
So
up.
Willie's gonna dive down, just peck into its head, and then dive back up into the sky out of reach.
Just carries it away like a pterodactyl. Just
I could do that. I'm not going to.
All right.
But I will have Willie fly up into the sky out of reach. Because he has
All
flyby,
right.
so he can do
Yeah. All right, Dinar. I love flyby.
Well, change of plans because characters went
What's
down.
up, Block Energy?
So we're gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. Getting a little bit closer here. I feel like we need to talk to one of these guys. So as Dinar's moving up, he's gonna shout to the group. Let's finish off the little guys. I think we need to take the big guy alive. Dinar is going to cast Magic Missile at a 3rd level again. He's going to send one missile here, one missile here.
Do you have to designate it before they impact, or can you choose as they're impacting?
It says all darts strike simultaneously, and you can direct them to hit one creature. Or
Okay, so you have
several.
to determine right off the bat. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you can't like throw one and be like, oh, that one's dead, then throw another one.
Yeah,
They all just
so,
go. Yeah.
So I'm gonna throw 1 to each Gru,
Okay.
and then the remaining 3 to the Mangler. So let's start
Okay.
with the Gru that Willie just wrecked.
Okay.
So this is D4 plus 1. That's 2 damage. Dang it. 2 force damage.
Fill up.
1 to the other one is not probably going to do much. That's a 3 plus 1, so 4.
Okay.
And then 3 to the other nasty boy. Let's go with that one there. It's not bad. So 3, 6, 8, plus 3. So 11 force damage. And Dinar is going to throw a power surge into that attack. Or actually... Okay, how would power surge work for magic missile for 3 different targets? That says once per turn. Once per turn, when you deal damage to a creature or object with a wizard spell, you can spend 1 power surge to deal extra force damage to that target.
It'd be a target, so you'd have to choose which one of them. I would read that. It doesn't specify. It just says a creature.
Okay. So can I choose the Mangler to receive the power surge?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So the power surge is half my wizard level. We're level 7, so 3 extra damage, 3 extra force damage to the Mangler on top of what I dealt.
Sounds good.
And
roll with that.
That will be Dinar's turn.
Okay. Torque.
Right. Seeing as Flick's back in there, Torque is going to run back in there.
Whoa.
I love the image, like Flick just like Misty steps at a Torque, like, hey, look, everything's.
I'm going to make a. Well, first, can I get the Mangler to make a dexterity save?
Yes, you may. I suppose. That is a 17, sir.
He's going to take 1 lightning damage, and then we're going to make a reckless attack against the Gru.
Big ol' 1.
Now, is Torque in the crazy aura as well, or?
Torque is actually in the crazy aura, yes. So you're going to have disadvantage on this attack. So just a regular, so just a straight attack then, yes.
Should I re-roll or just take the first roll of that?
Either one of those is going to hit. So either.
All right.
Their AC is pretty low, so.
So that'll be 14 bludgeoning to the Gru here.
Yeah, you just like crush it. you turn it into goo. You just knock the R right out of its name, and it's just goo now.
And then I don't know how far those long arms reach, but I also want to make an attack against the Mangler and try to move him 5 feet up, because I know that Flick can still reach him there.
It's true.
But hopefully, so this is not at advantage.
Correct.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Swung a bit wide on that one.
It blocks with 6 arms. You attack that and just 6 arms will come up. Wakanda forever.
Right, well,
×3
is what it is.
Flick.
Right.
Your mind is clear. You're aware now of the threat and what is transpiring. No wisdom save needed.
Good stuff. Well, crap. I guess I'm just going to start by. Yeah, I don't need the extra damage, so I'll just do I'll just hit the Gru. See if I can get the crazy aura going.
Okay.
Disadvantage then?
Yes.
Pair of 13s.
Which go with the 13. It'll hit.
All right then. So 8 slashing.
Yeah, that'll do it. It had 1 HP left. It was barely hanging on.
I figured.
Right. So yes, the madness does abate. You're like, oh, okay. Your mind clears even more. You can feel that.
Second attack
anticipate.
is going on the Mangler. Straight up, that is, it was almost a 19. 17. Probably hit.
17 will still hit, yes.
Hooray. 8 more slashing damage. I love those minimum damage rolls.
I was gonna say,
Oh, actually, you know what? I'm going to dump my Fury of the Small into that.
Okay.
So that's an additional 7 damage, right?
It's your level, right?
For a total of 15.
There we go. Yes.
Okay. It's he's looking really rough, hanging on there, but one of his claws is kind of hanging limp, looking a little beat.
All right.
Holding a couple of them close to his body.
And then as my bonus action, I will second wind. For 8.
Another minimum roll there.
man,
You know,
My mental image of Flick's second wind is just that feels good. Better. Much better. It's literally that's a wind go.
Look, we just wanted to talk. You just wanted to talk. I know what happened here. I'm done.
Alrighty. The Mangler is going to survey 3 targets around it. And is going to go after not the weakest, but the one who's already been hit quite a bit. So
it's not letting up. Wow.
nope, it's not.
I thought. For sure.
That's a 12 to hit Flick. That's gonna miss.
I shall
Second attack on Flick is going to be
show it how
a 13.
foolish it is.
Yeah, getting closer, Mac.
Also a miss. And it just kind of looks at you and I suppose you're worthy.
Damn right, I'm
Talent.
worthy.
Is it? Have I noticed that it is relenting, or is it still looking quite?
Oh
Aggressive?
no, it's not relenting at all.
Okay, that's what I figured. I just wanted to double check.
There is no. It is relentless. There is no relent. It is not relentful.
Click, click, boom, boom.
Click, boom, boom.
Eat hot death. 21 to hit.
Yeah.
8 piercing damage as I fire an arcane shot from the tip of my pistol.
That'll do it.
Gathering what dust, dirt, and rocks I can and forming it into the shape of a projectile bullet and then blasting it out of the gun.
That'll do it. As you pierce a hole like right through its center, and as you watch this sort of black fizzle kind of move out from it, like almost like lines just kind of etching out. It looks at just kind of looks up to the closest entity that it can see at this moment, which is Torque. I suppose you may continue on, though you may not like what you see within.
I don't like what I've already seen.
It just kind of smiles and just does a, I don't want to go. Doesn't say that, but it just dissipates. One by one, the rest of them all just kind of fade away into nothingness and disappear.
Hey, you'll see those poor devils, how they will all scoot way. Hey, hey, blow the man down, assisted along by the toe of my boot. Give me
Talent.
some time to... What?
What happened to keeping one of them alive?
I don't think they were gonna do that. And to be fair, it did cross my mind, I thought, oh, maybe I can do like some kind of weird brain thing, mess up their mind a little bit. And then I remembered, wait, that's kind of their thing. Probably won't work on them. You know what does work? Bullets.
The light pulsing from the center of this structure begins to change in color, more purplish in hue, brightens, and pulses out. With each pulse outward as it recedes, it seems to actually draw some energy from the runes inscribed all around this dome that pulse into it and gather as it begins to grow and brighten. But even as it becomes brighter, it seems to dim your vision at the same time. And one by one, you each feel yourselves just kind of being like sucked towards the center of this against your will, inescapable as it pulls you in. And there's this transference of energy as you feel your physicality completely evaporate. Redtail just snaps out of existence, just gone.
Does.
And you all feel yourselves just
I assume my mirror image goes the same way.
Yes. Any
still
magic?
big?
Any magic? No. Any magic
I shrink down. Yeah.
Up dissipates as you all are just immediately sucked into this space, and there's this weird kind of pulse. Your vision completely fades. You feel more than hear this deep, resonant, bass-like vibration that just your eyes kind of slowly blink. You find yourself standing in an altogether alien, an unknowable cavern made of strange bone or rock. You're not sure. It's a dark purplish black, slow moving river, which appears to be made of that same viscous liquid that was in the pools, just very, very slowly streams towards the far end of this cavern, which appears to be carved like some sort of alien skull. Several Nothics just kind of watch from the rocks beyond. Single eye, blink, blink, tilt their head and kind of look at you. Making no move to attack, just watching. Each of you look down at your corporeal form, and though you are physical once again, there's the slightest translucence to you. You're there, but there's a strange feeling, and there's just a little bit of a wispiness, a light that just kind of seems to pulse off of each one of you. Purplish in hue, matching your surroundings. You feel connected to this place. You've never been here. You have no idea where it is, but something within you is reaching out to connect with wherever this is, and it is reaching back.
Captain, you want I should shoot those things over there?
Why don't we wait until they
get close enough to kill us? Yeah, I agree.
Well, not close enough to kill us, but wait to see if they become hostile.
I can assume they will. The ones above, outside, the ones wherever we came from were.
They did mention something of a judgment based on the final words of the six-armed one. It sounds like we're given. Perhaps this means that they will allow us passage from here.
Speaking of which, Dinar.
Yes?
Where is here?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I thought so. That's why I'm asking the magic guy.
Well, I guarantee you if I was to stop here for 10 minutes, we're going to be detecting magic all over the place. So, where here is, though, we were somewhere else on the other side of that beacon. Assume we're somewhere else now.
Are our voices echoing? Like in a cavern?
There's almost a dullness to them, actually.
Like almost like we're in like a sound dampened room?
Something along those lines.
Great. This is my nightmare.
A sickly green light from just the south of you kind of moves around a corner as you see a Nothic a little bit closer than the others, just kind of peer around a corner, just watch you.
The acoustics here are terrible. I don't like it.
Hey, little doggy. I think I got a milk bone here for you. Hang on.
Look, I can. If we don't like them watch, I don't like them watching.
I mean,
I'm very uncomfortable with all of this. I don't know about you guys.
Have you seen their mugs? All they do is watch.
So do you, but you don't have an entire head made of an eye.
Well, you know, beggars can't be choosers and all, but
Actually, they can.
well, there's a big river of goo. There's one of these critters on this side. There's some of them critters on the other
All
side.
right. Well, Torque, and I'll clap your massive shell. After you.
I feel like we probably don't want to be touching whatever liquid is in that river.
Probably don't want to drink it then either.
Hmm.
You think
Any chance your parrot could fly us across?
me and Flick, maybe Dinar, probably not you.
Well, the captain can make me smaller, certainly.
I can make him small.
Actually, this is a good point. When we came here, all of our magic went bye-bye. Are we sure we can even... I'm going to just kind of whistle a quick tune and see if I can do like a small cantrip.
Okay.
I'm gonna look down at where some of the Nothic's rotted gaze had caused some of the parts of my vest to kind of decay a little bit. I'm gonna try and mend that as I kind of just whistle a little bit.
Seems to work without issue.
Okay, well, that's a good sign then.
Give me an Arcana check, though.
$11.
Okay. Slightest hint of something, almost like a resistance.
Like the magic is like I have to fight to make it work more than I usually do.
Not quite that understanding. It's just a level of like, almost like it takes like a fraction of a second longer to happen
it's
before
a
it actually
delay.
does. So it's like it happens and you're like, oh, does it always take that long?
Well, at least we can do things, but I don't know about you. This doesn't feel quite right. Maybe you want to see what I mean, Dinar. Do your razzle dazzle.
Dinar. I don't want to do anything that seems aggressive, so Dinar is going to cast Mage Hand. So,
Okay.
muttering some arcane words, and a little floating spectral hand will appear. Let's say over here, away from the group.
Okay. Give me an Arcana check as well.
Okay. Trained in this, guys. I rolled an 8, guys. 8
It's
plus
not ideal.
7, though, so 15.
You managed to cast the cantrip, but there is, it's like you're casting it through a fog or casting it through some sort of filter that it doesn't affect this, but you get the sense that perhaps the more powerful the magic, the harder it may become to take hold here. There's something almost like a disconnect from the weave.
Do I get the sense that it is the weave and it's not the chaos weave?
The casting itself doesn't feel any different to you. The source doesn't feel any different to you, but the best way to describe it perhaps would be almost like it feels a little bit further away.
Yeah, yeah.
Like there's a separation, a disconnect. The cantrip seemed to work just fine. You get the feeling though that even as you kind of cast that cantrip and you pondering putting more of a magical effort forward, something higher level, that might not be so easy.
All right. Let me try to explain something simply. Hopefully all of us will understand.
You explain something simply?
No, this is going to go poorly. You know how we access the weave to use magic? That's the magic users. That's how we cast our magic.
By singing, yes.
Sure. I think what's happening is that we are very, very far from our source of magic. And so there's going to be a delay. But I think it might also hinder our ability to cast more powerful magics.
Great.
Yeah, so
you're useless.
I'm not useless. But I'm maybe not as useful. I don't have my full bag of tricks.
All the more reason to avoid confrontation then, as long as we're here.
I would agree.
You know, this isn't really my color. I much prefer aquamarine.
Why don't we have a poke around on this side before we
I'm
worry
going to
about
spend 6 seconds trying to will the color of my weirdness to turn aquamarine.
Interesting.
And then I'm assuming after nothing happens, I will reluctantly continue on.
It does not seem to change.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Orky is very preoccupied in trying to find a way to get across this river.
I have some ideas on how we could cross, but do we have to? If magic is going to be a problem, it may not be something we want to try.
The Nothic that had kind of come up behind you seems to keep pace, just not getting close, but just kind of watching, following.
You know, I never thought I would ever see the day where I was uncomfortable with so many eyes on me. Can you imagine if these were creatures made of ears? This would be the best day ever.
You could ask one if they had time to talk, and it would say that it's all ears.
Hey, exactly. I mean, do we want to try talking to them?
I'd rather not.
Do we need to cross this, or do we want to go up there? And I'll point to where it continues on into the north.
So I'm taking a look to the south. Is there anything promising looking down this way?
Give me a perception check with disadvantage as it drops off to darkness not far away from you.
Perception. Ooh. Choice of a 6 or a 7. Well,
You see sort of a haze of purple that quickly becomes black and then becomes nothing.
yeah, nothing this way. I'll go rejoin the group.
Well, I would say that we stick to solid ground before we try traversing over top of whatever that is down there.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe there's a bridge up there.
Yeah.
How far down does it go?
So where you are right now, Torque, you can kind of see over the lip there, and it looks like it's not far. It's only about 10 feet or so to the surface of the water. And then to the north, you just kind of it kind of slopes a little bit. And there's about a spot where it's kind of like a 2-foot drop, where you kind of come down to where the shore, for lack of a better term, is alongside this river.
I have an option to get us across when the time comes, but I do think it would be best if we tried to use any other potential opportunities.
Well, you lot are the magical experts, not me.
I'd hardly say any of us are experts.
Speak for yourself.
You said north then, Captain.
Yeah, let's follow
Aye,
this
aye.
ridge line.
Have our heading.
Allow me to take the lead.
Go for it.
Okay.
I said allow me.
Pull you guys back 1 second here.
Oh, sorry.
As you approach this strange looking torch that's kind of just energy wafting off of it, as you get closer, you realize that it appears to be some sort of husk, almost like it has some sort of humanoid shape to it, but it's hollow. But as you approach, it's a light kind of pulses out of it. And as the light kind of opens up, you see a couple of eyes open as this ethereal form just kind of floats up above the husk and just hovers and watches you.
Neat trick.
We mean you no harm. We only seek passage.
Just kind of wavers back and forth.
Should we try just walking past it, or do we want to talk to it?
Torque will just try walking past it.
Okay. I need you to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh!
I have advantage on that on account of my danger sense, which is good because my dexterity is kind of booty.
Your torque.
Dirty 20.
Okay. You tentatively at first kind of step past, and as it goes, and it seems to reach out these ethereal ghost-like appendages, you just manage to kind of sidestep out of the way, and it goes.
Well, Dinar, what do you make of that?
Torque's not going to engage it in combat, but he is going to try and distract it so that the others can slip by.
Hold on. This is a fire, right?
Well,
it's not a fire, no.
Fire.
It looks like a fire, but it's not.
It's like so it looked like it was just some sort of torch like there was this kind of wispy energy coming off of it, and as you closed in it appears to be like a hollowed out husk, almost like a humanoid but formless husk. And then as you approached, the light kind of burst out of it, and this ghost-like form sort of floated up above it.
Okay. Does it
glowy ghost?
Does it look like it's attached to the floor at all? Like it's part of it's
it is. With it's kind of coming out of this husk is half buried in the floor.
Okay.
And the thing is kind of coming up out of the top of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really want to be using a ton of magic to get past mild inconveniences like this.
You might not be.
I could try singing to it. Maybe I can make it happy. I'll just sing it a nice tune. What do you think? Is it worth a try?
I mean, Torque was just going to try and distract it so that it would focus on him while the others slip by. But if you want to try to appease to its better nature, then certainly.
Even in death, the Hescestus will have some appreciation for the finer things in life, such as music and the arts.
Whatever this used to be, I don't think it's there anymore. This is as much a magical ward
but
as
I
anything
have,
else.
But I have a shanty for this.
Oh, jeez.
Of course you do.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
As the souls of the dead fill the space of my eyes, and my boat listed over and tried to capsize, I'm this far from drowning, this far from the sea.
Yep, I'm gone.
I remember the living, do they think of me? When our
Dexterity
bones
saving throw,
in
please.
the ocean together will be.
All right, dex save. I'm okay at those.
11. Flick, you run past it, and lightning quick, there's reaches out, and you just feel the slightest brush on your cheek almost. It's not even a grab, it's more of just a contact, and you feel kind of like
A caress.
Caress. And you move past it, and you kind of stop, and you look back, and for a second, and you're like, oh, that wasn't so bad. And your brain starts to kind of slow and become addled, and your talking is more like you all watch this flick. It's kind of like that.
Cool, it's a ghost that makes you drunk.
I don't think it's drunkenness.
Hey, Flick, how you doing?
Flick,
I have no idea.
your intelligence currently drops.
Whoa.
Now Dinar is very scared.
4.
Whoa!
Um,
How do we know the difference?
Hey now.
Can I perform a
And-
medicine check?
There's this kind of like his jaw just kind of goes slack, and he's just kind of like,
Well, that didn't work. Either he doesn't like that song, or music is not the way to soothe this.
you can give me a medicine check if you'd like. Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna like do like the thing of like I'm gonna like lean in and just like kind of pinch Flick's eyelid and like open it up to like check his pupils.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a medicine check.
15.
Very akin to extremely strong hallucinogen effect. Like if he was on some heavy drugs, it's something along those lines, but not of a physical nature. You do kind of see that glazed over, absent gaze. He's just kind of like,
while I may be no expert in goblinoid anatomy, I do have some experience with this. In my medical opinion, Flick is currently tripping balls.
the technical term.
Having observed this thing lash out twice now, have I been able to tell if there's some kind of anything specific about how it lashes? Like, does it seem to go out? Like, would I be able to tell if maybe it like can see them, or if it's more of it senses them? Like, if I can try to determine what kind of a trigger it might be.
You can give me an insight. Yeah.
20.
Ooh.
20. Sight doesn't necessarily seem to be a requirement here. It just seems to know that you're there, and it simply reacts to.
It's like sensing our life force or something.
Yeah, you move by, because even as you approached, it kind of came up out of the ground and seemed to react to your presence, and so sight it has these eyes that seem to be formed in it, but it's irrelevant. Sight is irrelevant.
It's not using them. Yeah. Okay.
No. Motion sensor or even just life force sense.
Well, Dinar, I don't think you would appreciate looking like the way our boy Flick is right now.
It has plot sense.
You want to say we? I mean, I don't see any way out of this other than getting real lucky or magic.
Well, I have some means of increasing my ability to dodge in the moment, but if I end up like Flick, I think we're stuck here.
Yeah, I'm not.
Hearing my name.
I'm not of a mind.
You don't even wave. You hear your name. And it's more kind of like a delayed reaction, like a. Huh?
I think
Torque is just like uncorking his water skin and just be like, "Here, take this."
I would not be. I would not enjoy if you were to turn into a gibbering, slavering, giant walking scaled paperweight.
No, the feeling's mutual.
You got any way to teleport?
Nope, not yet.
Neat. I could do things you can't.
Yes,
What a
you
surprise.
do have that ability, assuming it still works.
Well, I mean, what's the worst that happens? It just doesn't work, and I gotta think of something else. Although I gotta admit, I'm feeling a bit tapped out from that previous fight.
Well, and we don't know what's coming up.
The other option is we just try to cross this, and I gesture over at the river. I mean, if it's important to you, we can try something, and I can potentially give us a path around this thing. It's gonna require a lot of energy on my part, and it may not work in this weird place, but we could try it.
What's your stupid plan?
Well, you see, all we have to do is just create an additional pathway. And as it happens, I am the master of the sea and sky, and one of those things can become a pathway with the right encouragement.
You lost me. What on earth are you talking about?
All right, look.
Do you also touch the ghost?
I play a little ditty. I conjure forth some water. It arcs around the ghost. Then I give us the ability to walk upon water, and we just take a nice stroll around the thing.
I mean,
So
it's not
for reference, unless you're willing to wait 10 minutes, I'm going to burn 2 third-level slots to do that. It's not. I'm not keen on it, but it would probably work. I can Misty Step. I'm not concerned about me. It's you. I gotta figure out.
Mm-hmm.
I know that in combat, one can take the dodge action.
Yes.
Can one move while dodging?
In combat, you can.
This could be counted as combat. I'm trying to avoid
So what is
touch.
That's still pretty risky. What you're if I recall, you're not exactly the most dexterous.
No, but I have come across
Fine.
means of
How about this?
Increasing my dexterity.
Secondary option. I bring Willie out here and we just fly over top of it. Significantly less spell power involved.
But is it gonna burn spell power?
It will burn a 2nd level spell slot.
Whatever you're going to do, I would suggest doing it quickly.
Yeah.
But I will point out, he will last for an hour, so we'll have him around for a while.
I'd rather not be trip-sitting Flick by myself.
One of the Nothics on the other side of the river hops across and onto the kind of rock in the middle.
I think we need to get moving. Unless you have a better idea, I'm going to see if we can fly over.
I'm gonna.
All right, sure.
How tall is this chamber?
Looking up, give me a perception check with disadvantage, please.
Great. That sounds lovely. I love everything about that. 18. Wow, we've been doing a lot of rolling the same thing twice.
Yep.
You have no idea. As the light from the purple haze kind of extends to the very edge of your vision, about 60 feet or so, and then it's just pitch black. You don't see any physical top. You see nothing. It's hard to really make out.
It doesn't answer my question, but it does. That is a good answer for what I'm looking for. We can fly over it with relative ease. Unless there's some nasty surprises in store. What do you think, Dinar?
Go for it. Let's see if
what do you got in your bag? You don't have anything in your bag of tricks that could get us across?
Well, I don't have anything that's going to use spell power. I have ideas of how to get across. You Misty Step, if you even can. And then I'm going to try to avoid getting touched.
Yeah, I don't like that one.
All right, then let's see if you can.
If anything, it should be the other way around.
Well, I don't have Misty Step, so let's see if your plan works.
All right. Capture the wild things and bring them in line. And I'll throw a gilded acorn up into the air and catch it as feathers will burst around, and I'll attempt to summon forth a large version of Willy Redtail. We'll see what happens.
Spell.
Yeah.
This particular spell works, but nothing summons.
Interesting.
So he burns the slot?
Yep.
That would be how it works. Yeah.
I was worried you were going to summon him, but he was going to be the size of a regular parrot.
Yeah,
it is beneficial. I did not upcast it because I was thinking something like that might happen.
All right.
Well, if that's the case, what do you think? We could both go at the same time and 50-50 it.
Can you Misty Step?
I don't know. But if I try it, I'm going to burn a 3rd level slot because that was my last 2nd.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
Flick sort of elbows Torque. I hand back your water flask. Here, take this.
Thank you.
And then I'm gonna walk up to the ghosty thing and just start poking at it.
Well, I'm gonna try and strong arm Flick and prevent him from doing
your
that.
language is more like, huh? Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I was mimicking back exactly what was said to me, but
Sure.
I'm gonna try and clothesline Torque. I mean, not Torque. Torque's gonna try to clothesline Flick and just stop him from approaching.
Before that took place, Dinar, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Yep. Okay, 11 plus 3, 14.
Not terrible.
Okay. You feel a hot but dark gaze from behind you, kind of as the light shifts into this sickly green, and you turn around and see the Nothic has gotten a little bit closer and it's kind of peering at you a little bit more maliciously. And you feel that energy kind of pulse over, and you manage to just, okay. And then as you like seem to have not be phased by it, it kind of takes a step back and goes,
either we fight these things or we go.
There's too many. I think we just need to go. If we
Can
Can you please make a decision quickly?
I say we both go at the same time, 50-50 shot. Doing dodge actions or whatever.
Torque with Flick's intelligence 4 right now, like it's very easy for you to just kind of grab him and just pull him away, and he's just kind of like, huh? What?
I like to think that I pick him up by the shoulders, but like his legs are still moving in place, like he's walking. Like, you know, when you hold like a small dog above like a bathtub, and it makes like the paddling motions.
That's Flick. All right, yeah. Tayland and I will try to rush past.
Quick. Actually, just as we're getting ready to do that, I attempt to bring out my familiar. Just in the familiar form.
Okay.
Does that work?
Nothing appears.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know. If that was going to work, I was going to say at least then we could add a third body in there and really must.
There seems to, I'd say, putting two and two together enough, you get the sense that
anything other than a cantrip,
summoning your familiar, like the because they are like a fae or like a magical creature that they have to come from somewhere that you can't access that right now. There's something blocking your ability to actually pull them into this space. They can't be pulled here.
So on a meta level, the question is whether or not summoning spells don't work or conjuration spells don't work, because conjuration is also teleportation.
Or cantrips are the only thing that work.
Yes, either way, I am going to cast Gust of Movement to propel it's a spell you invented.
I know. Doesn't mean I remember what it is.
It lifts me a few inches off the ground, and I can direct it to move and carry me up to 10 feet in any compass direction.
What level is it, though?
It's a cantrip.
It's a cantrip. Okay. All right. So, yeah. You can
I am going to cast that to get myself moving. And here's a question. If we go in... Dinar first and me behind him, and then I cast Gust of Movement as a bonus action, and Gust on Dinar to propel him 5 feet forward as he's running. Can we get any kind of improvement or advantage to his ability to avoid this, or both of us to avoid this?
Given that it's sensing doesn't seem to be predicated on speed or movement or anything like that. Like, no.
Okay, well, I was only asking because it's a dex save, so I wasn't sure how that plays into. Are we like dodging it, or are we just literally just moving as fast as possible? I wasn't sure.
You're just moving, trying to get past it without being touched. Basically, that's what you got here. For sense of getting on with it, it's doesn't matter how fast you move past it. It's able to move and try to reach you.
So we'll go together then and see if we can mitigate it somehow doing that.
Last thing before we move, since it worked before, Dinar is going to cast Mage Hand. He's going to put it behind the husk torch thing, and as we're approaching, he's going to have it tap that thing on the shoulder from behind to try to distract it in the opposite direction, and then we will rush past.
Okay.
I'm still going to do the wind movements just because I think panicking, it would make sense to just do everything you can to move as fast as possible.
Mhm.
Seems legit. All right. So as the two of you rush past, trying to gust yourselves, Dinar trying to distract this life sensing thing with a non-living magical hand, which it pays zero attention to. I need both of you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Alrighty.
All right. I have arcane deflection. If I need it. Oh, jeez.
Bad roll.
10 for Talon. Okay.
Yeah, that's not great.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
Um,
Torque is gonna have to have everybody just on a leash.
so you're gonna sling us over your shoulder. Dinar rolls.
He's just trip sitting the whole group.
I rolled a 12 plus my 1 for 13. I will also burn my arcane deflection to get a +4. Well, if I fail, I will burn my arcane deflection to add 4 to my saving throw.
Okay. So 13 does fail.
So I will burn my arcane deflection if I can to make it 17.
Okay. Talon,
Too bad I can't bardic inspire myself.
your wisdom drops
Oh.
to 4.
I can work with that. Okay, that's not so bad. That's really bad. That's not so bad.
He's just gonna make some really bad judgment calls.
Mhm.
Could it
I'm gonna
theoretically
be-
be the same
It's
or
gonna be
different
so
for each of
different.
you, depending.
Ah.
Zero wisdom Talon is like, so I've been investing a lot in crypto recently.
Have you guys heard of Critcoin?
You guys heard of Electrum?
Oh God, my brain's running wild with that now.
Jack, do you currently have inspiration?
Oh, perfect. I might need it soon.
You do now.
Might be needing it.
All right,
Man,
so
I probably should have used mine on that. I'm so
Talon-
stingy with it.
Talon the unwise, Flick the unsmart, and Torque and Dinar the usual. You have passed by this thing, is it? As you kind of move past it, seems to kind of hungrily reach out for you for a second, then
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I feel great.
What?
Mm.
What did his wisdom drop to?
4.
Okay, 4 as well.
Yeah.
Right. Let's keep moving then, and then hopefully this will just work its way out of their systems.
Yeah, we should just keep moving and never stop. I mean, why even bother being cautious at this point? Nothing here can harm us.
I'm not sure if he was actually affected by it.
Well,
Yeah, I was gonna say, as soon as the wisdom went down, I'm like, this isn't really going to affect much.
Oh, sorry, I moved you. I think it affects us differently. I don't know.
Moving along the bank,
Cases.
you see another husk-like protrusion sticking out of the bank, and as you approach, another entity sticks its head out. Very similar looking.
Maybe it just wants a hug. I'm gonna try giving it a hug.
No. Talon, stick with the group.
And I snarl, and the whip lashes out before anyone can hit. Got a
You
booming
whip,
blade at
whip
two.
the thing. Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
Go ahead and make an attack.
I guess that's the one thing we didn't consider was attacking these things.
I'd say that word like just it's more like an instinct, right? On Flick's
Yeah.
part, where she's like, "Dang."
I might have hit.
Wow.
If there is something to hit, I think you got it.
You whip out and just there's like a crack.
And it does
It's
that
kinda weird
awesome
'cause-
echo. Yeah.
It would, except for like the muffled sound, but it's like the echo
Mm.
kind of pierces through that for a second. So it's like this very quick, like, and then it is muffled again. It's like a weird. It makes it almost makes your ears pop. Where it's like that weird like sound is all of a sudden not there, and you're like, ugh. You do just like almost like whip it out like a candle, and just the thing just goes, and is gone.
Cross my arms.
Losing the torch, Dinar will light up his scales.
Talon, I think I see an open bar up ahead.
What? Where?
It's there. Keep looking though.
I'll give you. I have to change the color of your light here.
Is that eye guy the bartender?
What's the radius on that again?
I believe it's just 10 feet. It's not big. Yeah, 10-foot radius. Bright light at a 10-foot radius. So is the Nothic that's in front of us up on a ledge?
Yes.
I can't
And
see
you
it
just
very
kinda
well.
That's no
Looking down
ledge.
at you guys.
That's a bar.
Guys,
Hang on.
careful getting too close to that thing, guys.
Flick in behind you.
Uh-huh.
The apparition slowly comes back up again and just kind of
Good to
watches you.
Torque, is this some kind of illusion bar or something? I'm not seeing what you're getting at here.
That's the bouncer. Stay close to me. I'm on the list.
He's the bouncer, right? Okay, that makes perfect
Stay close
sense.
to me, Talon. I'm on the list.
The Nothic just kind of peers down and watches you. Doesn't seem to make any attempt to move. As you reach kind of towards the further end of this cavern here, there's a sudden moment where all sound kind of becomes dull and just quiet, almost suffocating silence. Up ahead and around, you see more of these husk lights kind of as the souls attached to them kind of slither up and just kind of wave back and forth, just watching you.
Captain,
Yeah.
what manner of bones are these?
Those are big bones.
Well, that's a good question. This one kind of looks familiar.
I think we're going to have to use the buddy system here. I'll stay with Talon if you can keep an eye on Flick.
Flick, get on up here.
As you guys are talking, like you're only 5 feet away from each other, but it still sounds, it's like quiet. You get the sense that if you were to separate to any significant distance, that it would just be silent. But even as you look down at these bones and you're kind of surveying the area around you, where you can just make out in the faint light to be this sort of almost skull-shaped strange structure. Within 2 eye cavities, 2 lights suddenly, like spotlights,
Oh boy.
bathe the cavern in a dark, ominous glow.
I remember the fallen. Do they think of me? With
Torque is
their
gonna
bones
tie,
in this cavern forever will be.
Torque is going to tie his rope around his waist and then use the other end of the rope to make a loop and be like, here, Talon, this bar has a very specific dress code. You'll need to wear this belt.
I gotta say, this decor is funky.
Flick has picked up a bone and chewing on it.
Light it up a bit so you guys can see.
No, I'm pretty sure these bones are just part of the decor.
Yeah, something like that.
They're probably not even real.
Put on the belt, Talon.
Seeing Torque do that with Talon, Dinar's going to pull out his rope and do the same with Flick. Tie it around himself. He's not even going to explain it. He's just going to make a hoop and tie it around and put it around Flick and then tie it tight.
Torque.
Flick, you stay close.
What is it, Talon? No, it's all right. That's how it's worn. It's the latest fashion.
Once these lights from these eye sockets come out, Dinar is going to try to get outside of the light and see if they follow.
They do not seem to move. They seem kind of fixed. Unlike the Nothics, who kind of move and their gaze follows, these beams just seem to just be kind of set. There is a low rumble in the cavern, however. You hear a low voice. You're not my children.
You don't know that.
You do not belong here.
You don't know that either.
Torque is dangling a piece of jerky like a dog treat, trying to get Flick to come over.
Well, Flick and Dinar are kind of attached at the hip.
Who are you to
Unless Weasel
say
was
whether or
self-free.
not you're my dad? You don't know me. I don't even know my dad. You could be my dad.
The heralds shall judge you.
Oh,
It's,
you must rock. You must be my dad if you're being judgy.
The rock face where the eyes are peering out, suddenly see stone separate from stone, like the mouse just kind of slowly opens. And a purple light emanates out as two figures begin to walk towards you. We're going to take a break there. Right back.
Uh-oh.
So stay tuned. Hang tight. Take a quick break. We'll be back to pick up and see what happens next. Don't go anywhere.
Hey Elderbrain Collective, if you've been enjoying our live stream D&D campaign and want to support us, there are many ways you can do just that and we would be super grateful. Seriously, it'd be awesome. First, of course, make sure you're following us on Twitch. Once we get our 50 followers goal, we can make our stream even better with subscriber perks. Then, be sure to follow our Twitter account. Subscribe to our YouTube channel where we post stream VODs as well as additional content coming soon. Of course, you can listen to audio transcripts of our stream on Podbean if that's your preference. Of course, you'll miss out on our handsome faces, but you get our incredible voices, so it's pretty good. You want to hang out with the collective and chat D&D and, well, everything else? Head over to our Discord server. It's open to anyone who wants to join. Finally, we've just launched our Patreon page, which is the optimum and best way to support us. That's redundant, optimum is best. Each tier gets you additional perks, including exclusive Discord emotes, monthly digital content, behind-the-scenes info and creature stats, and, for the truly faithful, you can even gain power over the PCs in-game, live on stream, and have an impact on what happens next. I think that's pretty awesome. We'd love your support. You can find the links to all of our sites on our Linktree. Check out linktr.ee/elderbrain, linktree/elderbrain. We hope to see you joining us soon as a member of the collective. Happy gaming, everyone.
Whispers in the window are angry waves. Way ho the sea of souls. Down to the mists as the ocean slaves. Way ho the sea of souls. Hey ho the sea of souls. Way ho the sea of souls. Hoist the sails round the eddies and shoals. Hey ho, it's the sea of souls. Oh, way ho the sea of souls. Way ho the sea of souls. Hoist the sails round the eddies and shoals. Hey ho, it's the sea of souls. Hey ho, it's the sea of souls. Sea of souls.
Greetings, wary travelers. My name is Mike, and I will be playing the role of Dinar Neurixius, dragonborn wizard on the Sea of Souls. Allow me to get into character and we can learn a little bit more about this pale golden dragon.
Being chosen is supposed to be a good thing. Chosen by the gods to serve a purpose. However, it can mean facing a life alone. I was born in our homeland, Drakor, in the east. And though these scales are supposed to be a blessing, I was reviled by so many. I could see their jealousy, could feel their stares. My own people shunned me, and so I left. I still drew stares when I arrived in Stormhaven. It's hard to miss these scales. But the dwarves were far more accepting of me. I learned I could put my magic to good use out on the seas, so I served aboard a ship, adding my arcana to their arsenal. Maybe one day I'll return home. Maybe they will welcome me as Verithan's champion. Or at least, as kin. For now, though, life among the Gungrim is good. I am used to standing out here, used to towering over this good folk. But what they lack in size, they make up for in heart.
Hi, I'm Ian, and I play the goblin Flick Dogslicer, an Eldritch Knight fighter. Once upon a time, there was a goblin named Flick. That's me. He was a good egg, but as a recently emancipated man, he didn't necessarily have the firmest grasp on the rules of free society, and often ended up on the wrong side of the law. So anyway, I'm in this back alley, minding my own business, rooting through the trash, when this old guy in a blue dress and a big floppy hat with stars and crap all over it comes out of nowhere screaming, "Oh my god, it's a goblin," and starts shooting fire out of his hands at me. So I shanked him. I didn't mean to kill him per se, but, heat of the moment and all that. Now even I knew how this would play out with the guard, so I'm looking for a quick escape. But this old guy didn't even have the courtesy of carrying a coin purse, just this big stupid book. So, yoink, and I beat feet to the pier and sign aboard the first ship that's looking for crew. Long story short, with enough time and patience, even a bozo like me can figure out a little magic from that big old book. I joined a good crew and enjoy my life as a seafaring mercenary, trying to keep ahead of the law and maybe make a coin or two for myself. The end. By Flick.
Greetings, tale seekers and story watchers. I am Devon, medieval enthusiast and D&D veteran since my 11th birthday when I received the 3rd edition starter set. Led to a bit of a collection. I will be playing the part of Tayland Wavesinger, human bard and mariner, master of the weaponized sea shanty. Oh, it'd be alright if the wind was in our sails. Tayland is a man slowly being consumed by his own faults. He drinks far too much, and has quite a ruthless disposition against those he dislikes. But he still tries to do what's right when he can. As for his goals, well, I'll let him tell you. Oh, me name is Tayland Wavesinger, and I quickly tell to you of a man that I am a-hunting across the ocean blue, with power over the sea and sky. Believe me when I say that when I finally find the bastard, it'll be his last day.
In Xanadu did Kubla Khan a stately pleasure dome decree, where Alf, the sacred river, ran through caverns measureless to man. Down to a sunless sea.
Torque is a Tortle barbarian, presumed to be the sole survivor of the Loggerhead tribe. Even by Tortle standards, Torque is a taciturn individual, never deigning to use 5 words where 2 will suffice, and as such has been less than forthcoming in sharing his personal history with his compatriots. What is known of Torque is that he was discovered on a remote island by a passing merchant vessel, having apparently been marooned there for some years in the wake of a shipwreck which destroyed the rest of his tribe. It is for this reason that Torque holds a special reverence for Desfuna, goddess of the ocean, whom he believes spared his life in the ocean storm that decimated his kin. Having spent the better part of a decade in near total isolation, Torque is unfamiliar with the ways of the modern world, and his social skills are somewhat lacking. It is perhaps for this reason that he has chosen to align himself with allies who are blessed in the gift of gab, as he continues on his pilgrimage, the destination of which is unknown even to himself. Hi everyone, my name is Jack, and I am not a professional voice actor or performer by any means. However, I do have a serious passion for tabletop RPGs, and I hope that you enjoy this upcoming game as much as we're going to enjoy playing it.
All right, welcome back. So, as the stone opens like a mouth, revealing two strange entities bathed in sort of a purplish light, begin stepping out. You see these almost angelic-like creatures without faces, with wings, not of feather or anything even natural looking, but almost some sort of hybrid combination of metal and just pure energy stretching out on their backs, each holding a staff. This sort of flow of energy and magic just kind of pulsing off of them, exuding out of them. They step out, just kind of survey the area for a second and turn and look at the four of you. And as one, the two of them speak, but it's one voice, two voices in one just kind of combined together.
Hey, how you doing?
Curious.
No, it's Tayland.
We have not seen any from your world in a long time.
Well, there isn't really anyone else like me at the world anyway.
You've been touched.
Oh, I've been touched.
You must forgive the echoes that linger here. They hunger for what once was and is no longer.
I don't know. I feel great.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Flake is going to duck out of the leash that Dinar put on me.
Uh-oh.
Slip right out of that.
Give you a sleight of hand for that, yeah.
Yeah, hopefully. Where did sleight of hand go? There it is. Oh, come on. I cannot roll for crap today.
He's just gnawing on the rope. Just
his passive perception is 11, so he
the real question
is kind of like I guess meets it beats it. So
yes, you see me doing it, but I duck out of it.
Just kind of get out and squeeze out of it. Yeah.
In hindsight, Talen's too not wise to know this, but tying up the guy who was an emancipated slave was probably not a good move.
Oh.
I
That might be a little problematic, yeah.
baseball slide between Torque's legs and come up in a fighting stance. And I'm sort of leaning up from behind you and just sort of snarling at them now. So,
Be at peace. They kind of wave a hand, again in unison, speaking as one. Talent and Flick, your minds are restored just with a wave.
Hooray!
Your intellect, your wisdom comes back.
still don't like them.
I feel like my negatives have gone to a positive.
How is it
Torque
that you
will-
have come here? Sorry.
Oh, sorry. We were sent to investigate a site which led to this place. We had no prior knowledge and therefore did not know that it would take us here.
We're some of those
If-
gosh dang tourists you've heard so much about.
If it's all the same to you, we would very much like to return to whence we came, and thus we pose you no threat. We only wish for safe passage to our world of origin.
Curious. Each of you has been touched by the weave. The chaos weave, that is. Your chaos weave.
So we've been told, yes.
Everybody keeps saying that.
Did you seek
I'm
this
sorry.
power?
Well,
I mean, we're not seeking power. So,
Did
all
you
power has a
specifically
cost.
Did you seek out the chaos magic? Or did it find you? This matters.
It's one of those situations where you see power presents itself but doesn't tell everything about it. Power always has a cost, although one would imagine that killing the beast and taking its chaos thing would be considered the cost, especially since we lost so much crew in the process. But of course, not knowing that it is indeed a chaos power at the time of getting it does somewhat add some level of complexity to the situation.
You
Hey
speak
guys, I think I'm
much.
better.
You speak much, but say little.
Yeah.
As I've said, we only wish for safe passage back to our home, and the sooner we do so, the sooner we can cease bothering you with our long-winded explanations.
Passage will depend. Once more, I ask for a straightforward answer, please. Did you seek out this chaos magic in any way, or did it find you?
This
I think it's
power-
safe to say that it found us.
This power found us. We have been investigating some very strange anomalies in our world. They've led us to this point where something was breaking through because of our attachment to the Ataxian weave, or the chaos weave. We were able to access, but we didn't know what we were looking for on the other side. Or rather, what we'd find on the other side.
And before that, however it is that we became touched or fractured or whatever word people want to use to describe the way that we're especially unique and distinctive, that just kind of happened. It wasn't a plan, certainly wasn't intentional.
No.
I sense truth in what you say.
I do that a lot, and people always seem surprised.
We are not surprised. We simply judge. What will you do with this power which you have not sought yet has found you and now changes you?
Well, we don't know really how to use this power. This is news to us. It's not like we know people back in our world that have the ability to manipulate this. We don't know what it means. We don't know how to make use of it. We've stumbled across it, and we're simply trying to find answers.
Perhaps that is a good thing. Still, your intentions, your character, your very nature must be judged. Should you be of ill intent, should you desire to use this chaos to further chaos, return to your world shall be impossible.
And who are you to make such judgments?
We will not judge. We will lead you to the trial. We are merely the heralds of those within.
And who can we expect to see at this trial who has deigned to put themselves above all others and their will to do what they please?
Hey man, maybe they can just scrape it off of us and just send us home like that. I'm cool with that.
There is no removing the energy which now courses through your very being. It is interwoven. To undo it would be to undo you.
Well, that stinks.
It is you, you are it. Such is the way of chaos.
And if we go through with this trial, as long as we are shown to be of not ill intent in regards to our involvement with all this, then you will send us on our way?
They will. Perhaps with a boon as well, to aid you in fighting those who use chaos for chaos. There is a war going on that predates your world and will likely continue after it. It is beyond even our comprehension. We are merely heralds of those who occupy this place.
Torque is going to just sidle up to Dinar and say, Captain, a lot of what they are saying is above my pay grade, shall we say, but I think this may be our best chance of returning home. I think we might need to accept this. I think we need to accept their terms.
Torque, I don't think we're being given a choice.
I was going to say either that or we're setting up camp here in this lovely hallway. So lead on, Harold.
Yeah, the only way out of here is through them. So, got to be honest with ourselves. Are we going to be using this for ill intent, or are we going to be using it for, or not using it?
It matters not what we intend to do with it. It matters what they see our intention as.
Well,
clearly, Dinar, you've not been put on the other end of a trial before. It doesn't really matter what is truth and what isn't. What matters is their truth and what they want.
Tayland, this
You
is
speak
not Eudora.
falsely. We will see your true intent. Whatever your words may be, it is not your words which we shall judge, but the intent which lies within, which you cannot hide from us.
And what metric are you judging these intentions on?
The metrics which hold all reality together. Order, chaos, balance.
Okay, that was a really
Purest
good answer.
form
I got
of
no
judgment.
retort for that. That was really
Yeah, no.
Shall we get on with it then?
I mean, if I'm being honest with myself,
the laws of law itself. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Lead on.
Please follow.
Yeah, like if I'm being honest with myself, I'm not a big fan of structure and order and stuff. But like the stuff that holds the universe together, yeah, we can keep
There is,
that.
yeah, cosmically, I think the alignment of Talon does not apply on a cosmic scale.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get the sense like they're not talking about like the laws of like that Lords have created, but more like pure order itself.
I want to speak above table real quick. Me as a player, boy howdy, I'm in it. I'm good. This is great. I'm gonna say a lot of stupid things in character, but just know that I am so happy right now.
So they want us to follow. How do we follow without going into the water?
Do you ask them this or?
I mean, I guess Torque will say,
might as well.
We are willing to follow. I only ask how we should do so.
Left foot, right foot, left foot, right.
Simply walk. If you fear the water, do not. It bears no threat for those such as yourselves who have been affected.
Is it actually water, or is it more of like a goo?
There is no succinct word for it. I use water for that, is what you understand.
Torque will wade in first, just to make sure it's safe for everyone else.
There is a viscosity to it, like you're stepping into almost like a, you know that the stuff you make that's like starch. What's it called?
Oobleck.
Oobleck, yeah. It's like an oobleck where it has resistance but can give way at the same time. It's like a very, very strange, gooey but solid liquid.
But I slap the surface of it, it stops my hand.
Yeah. And it's a little bit numbing. It's not cool, but as you step in, there's kind of this numbing feeling, this sensation.
This is the same stuff that was in those pools, right?
It seems to be very similar to it, yeah.
Yeah, Torque will just try and move through this as quickly as possible. He's not liking this one bit.
Sure.
It's like
you do realize that the quicker you try to move, the harder it actually is. The slower you move, the easier it is.
Like arms up, just touching as little as possible.
Yeah. Meanwhile, it's like up to my armpits.
Yeah.
I was like, "Hey D, check this," and I'm like bongoing on the top of it.
As you kind of come out the other side and stand before the heralds, one of them just kind of moves the hand in like one direction, one moves hand in the other direction. And
this feels wrong.
They one kind of moves his hand in this direction, one moves in the other direction, and you feel this like tingling sensation just kind of wash over you. And they again speak in that unison voice. We have restored you. You will need all your faculties and abilities for what lies beyond. You've all been granted the full effects of a long rest.
Hey.
Heck yeah.
Sweet.
Not gonna look.
To be honest, I'm not exactly excited about that because that's not really. That's like in a video game when you get to the next hallway and there's a giant pack of medical supplies and ammunition, and you're like, "Uh-oh,
there must be a fight coming up ahead."
I bet something's gonna happen in the next room.
I think I see a safe point.
So they kind of fully refresh you, and you feel that you feel rested as well. You feel like you feel great. Like you have that mythical,
gods, they made me sober.
It's like you had that mythical 8-hour sleep that exists in fantasy.
Question.
Answer.
Full effects of a long rest. Could I technically change my spells that are prepared for the day? No. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Minus that because you didn't actually have the time to do that. It's more the actual mechanical.
I think it's
happened kind of thing. Yeah.
Just wanted to see,
Yeah.
Maybe I could actually have the spells ready that Talon wants me to have ready, since I can't predict what I'm going to face in the day.
I mean, look, it screwed me over too. There's been some times when I'm like, damn, I wish I took that spell. Oh, well.
If you are ready, then we will take you to the who lie beyond. Maybe
I guess
offer one last piece of advice.
you can offer several.
Do not resist.
Oh boy.
Concern.
Everyone looks at Tayland.
They turn and less walk and just, it's not even floating. It's like they just move. There's no effort. There's no physicality to their movement. They just are moving, and they kind of move in to this opening in the rock now, which just kind of seems to be this hallway. There's no light other than the faint light glowing off of them. And as you step in, there's still that kind of very faint purplish chaotic energy that seems to kind of be pulsing off of you as well.
Just a heads up, everybody. As we go in here, remember, these guys seem to be very in the greater good spectrum. So, everybody think, the greater good of the planet and of the multiverse and whatever else nonsense is in Flick's book that I definitely did not peek at.
Renar's going to kind of look around at the group. I'm sorry, are you not already thinking that all the time?
Say, on that note, Captain, did you catch that part where they said our Chaos Weave?
Yeah. We're not... I don't know where we are, but they've got their own weaves.
We can unpack this later.
Yeah.
It's one of the many questions I plan to ask.
Preferably somewhere far, far away.
I really only got one question. If they're both named Harold, how do they tell each other apart? Do they go by last names? They got numbers or like...
Look, you know how guards are called guard?
Dear God, we're all going to die in here.
The three of you, maybe.
One's Harry. The other's Harold.
The other one is Ald. All right, we'll follow them.
The tunnel you find yourselves in is just dark, almost substanceless, formless. There's just nothingness around you as you move through it. The floor beneath you starts to glow ever so slightly at first, and then a little bit more as you continue on this sort of translucent hues of like red, purple, blue, strange shapes, discordant, chaotic, just kind of move and swirl. But even within that chaos, you find patterns, symbols, symmetrical order. Just this combination of chaos and order, just in perfect harmony, it seems, mixed together, flowing. And there is a movement. As you walk, it kind of very slowly seems to just be moving in the same direction that you are. And always like a step ahead of you, just kind of beyond. You can see the movement, see the shapes just kind of continuously in this forward direction. The walls start to take on a little bit more form and substance, and again you start to see these patterns and swirls, geometric designs, runes that look like language, no language you've ever seen, but all language at once. It's everything and nothing. It's hard really to kind of grasp, and your minds even seem to have trouble latching on to what you're seeing and making sense of it. It's just beyond. It's outside of your frame of reference. Funnels in the floor of light start to appear, moving far off at the distance. Two pillars of light appear ahead of you, and you realize suddenly that you're not in a small hallway anymore, but in a larger chamber with pillars around you. And as you approach to the last of these pillars, the heralds just kind of fade. Your footsteps now echo on almost like a glassy-like substance. The oppressive silence that was present in the chamber before is replaced now by that resonating echo that just seems to expand in every direction to infinity
And beyond.
and beyond. At the far end of this vast chamber you find yourselves in, there's a very faint thump.
Do you guys remember when we used to be on a ship sailing the ocean?
Feels like so long ago now.
Those were good days.
You guys
You
hear
see
that?
not a heart.
Oh God.
Oh man, gotta let the chat see this.
Just pulsing.
Yo, this map is sick.
Right?
That's neat.
Two glowing eyes in a skull bigger than any creature you've ever seen or could imagine. Strange, petrified, tentacle-like protrusions. You hear a deep, resonating voice, high-pitched at the same time. Come, come, come. Approach, approach.
Hayland is speechless.
Torque will approach.
All right. The lady says, come in. We come in.
Yeah.
Those of you moving ahead might immediately realize Talon doesn't seem to be able to actually move.
Torque will look back.
Kind of just frozen.
Dinar will walk back.
It's all right, Talon. We got you.
Put an arm around him and start bringing him forward alongside.
It's like walking with a toddler.
You can stand behind me if he prefers.
See, Talon has a realistic reaction to that. The rest of you are like, oh yes, just she'll walk towards the thing, yes.
Well, Torque isn't exactly happy about it, but he's doing
I'm
it.
like, I'm just a human guy who grew up on the streets, okay? This is way beyond.
The stuff I've seen today alone.
If the giant brain says, go here, you go there.
It's not even just a giant brain. It's a giant brain in a giant skull with giant tendrils and giant eyes.
Mm-hmm. Torque is a little bit awestruck by the whole thing, and he's very wary, but also afraid of what disobeying might result in.
You ever been in that position where you're like, I need to move, and yet your body refuses to listen to you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like night terror.
Like trying to run in a dream.
Well, kind of, yeah.
I'm thinking, yeah, it's a night terror. You're like, move, buddy, scream, get up. As you approach, your footsteps again, like the floor, like glass, and you can see now that it is like perfectly smooth. Whatever's going on below it seems far below. Your footsteps echo. You are ahead of your time. You should not be here yet. It is not time, but you are here, so time means nothing. You are fractured, each of you.
That's what we've been told, yes.
Your world is fractured. Chaos breaking. So much chaos. Chaos. Too much. Chaos, out of balance, out of order. Always there must be balance. Do you sense it? Imbalance.
Sense the imbalance? No. But we are experiencing the effects of the imbalance. Whatever your world is, appears to be breaking through into our world. That's how we found our way here.
You found the gates. But the gates found you. It matters not. Not our world, not. It is another's, one that invades, one that consumes, one that was consumed. Will you join it? Will you fight it? Will you be just a blip of nothingness, inconsequential, in a world filled of inconsequential things? We shall see. Dinar Marixius. Flick, Dog Slicer. Talk, Loggerhead, Tailend, Wave, Singer. Your chosen, given monikers. Names but not identities. Words but not who you are, what you are. How do you see yourselves? What are you? Who are you? Speak.
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't quite understand the question.
Just so everybody's aware, I have ignored about 6 quips.
What
a
are
name,
we?
A name is just a name. You may choose any name for yourself. It does not define who you are. Who are you? What is your purpose? Who do you wish to be?
Hey, man, I don't have any high and mighty purpose. I'm just looking out for the little guy. I mean, the little guy and, like, in general, the little guy. That's all I want to do. If big guys want to come crunch us, that's not cool. Whether they're law or chaos or whatever the heck, I don't care. The people who can't stand up for themselves. That's what I'm in for. And maybe a little coin too, but you know.
You serve freedom.
Yeah.
Is that
That's
your
succinct.
highest? Is that your highest ideal? Flick, 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 Dog Slicer.
I mean, shouldn't everyone?
Should is irrelevant. Only what is. You have power growing within you, power not asked for, but power given nonetheless. What would you do with it? If unlimited,
Well, see, that's the conundrum right here, isn't it? Because if suddenly I'm the big guy, then I'm the one handing down the rules. And that ain't fair neither. So, yeah, I want to be kind of egalitarian about this whole thing. If I get the power, I want to share it.
would you give it up? All of it?
To get out of places like this, absolutely. I'd much rather be swimming in the ocean or diving and finding sunken treasure and fighting friggin' sharks rather than octopus faced giant statue guys with brains spilling out. No offense.
We are unoffended. Dinar Orixius, what is your highest ideal?
Well, as a Kushkiri Dragonborn, my purpose has always been to serve my people for their betterment, to bless them.
That is put upon you. What do you choose? What is your ideal?
Well, my ideal has always been law and order.
Dun dun.
Everyone just let out a little bit of that tension.
Tension.
Similar to Flick, I seek to protect those who can't protect themselves. Maintain order in our world.
As a wizard, you seek power. Would you give it up? All of it. Does your power define you?
That's a good question. In some ways, I suppose my power is how I fulfill my purpose. But if giving it up would also serve my purpose, then yes. However, reluctantly.
Do you believe power will change your fate? Do you believe with more power you could have prevented the sinking of the majestic Starling? Do you believe that its fate was entirely upon you? Are you that significant?
Am I that significant? No. However, I was aboard that ship to support my crew. Specifically, one of my abilities to channel lightning. If I had more power, more ability, there'd be a lot more of my crewmates still alive today.
Your world has a god of storms, one who controls the lightning, and even he does not foresee or control every bolt, every roll of thunder, every storm. You think you could have?
I think given more power, I would have had a better chance.
Curious. Torque Loggerhead, what is your ideal?
Redemption.
A noble cause. Why do you believe you need it?
There is nothing noble about it. In my time, I have created many great wrongs in my world, and I only wish to set them right while I still have time on this earth to do so.
Balance restored. The power that you have, would you give it all up?
Without hesitation.
Very well. Tailend Wavesinger. What is your ideal?
Retribution. The cruel need to be shown what life and death are like for those beneath them.
Who defines cruelty? Do you?
Inflicting suffering upon another is my definition.
Have others not suffered at your hand, Tailend Wavesinger?
Have others not suffered at your hand?
You have no idea who we are, what we have done or have not done. You seek to repay cruelty. Who will repay cruelty you have done in your lives? Who will repay cruelty of a kind mother who lashes out in anger and has a moment of cruelty? Should she be punished? Should every act of cruelty, no matter how big or small, be paid with retribution? And who decides who gives that retribution?
I have a feeling you're already in our minds, but these questions are a formality.
We do not enter minds unbidden, unless there is no other way.
There is a difference between someone who has had a bad day and someone who has lived their life as a monster would among the people. You know this. I'll not play these games.
Then why project the facade that you wear for others as your own game?
We all do what we do to survive.
And yet in your act of survival, you push others away rather than accept them in. Do you believe you can survive alone?
Things go my way. Survival is at an end point at some point, and where I'm going, I don't want to take anyone else.
Such self-defeatist. Your power, would you give it up?
For what?
Does that matter?
Giving up power for nothing. Only a fool would do such a thing.
Would you become inconsequential if it brought you happiness, if it brought you peace? Would you leave it all behind?
Now you listen to me. I will pay any price, and I will do anything for me to achieve what I seek. I'll give up what need be given, take what need be taken.
Tailend, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Can do. 5.
You take 51 points of psychic damage.
Whoa!
I'm at 1 HP.
Crikey.
Whoa!
As your mind just screams from within.
I assume I collapsed to the ground.
You do.
Yeah.
Torque is going to turn towards the skull and say, "That's enough."
That wasn't us.
Then what?
Your companion is at war with his own mind. He fights himself, his duality. This is all I'm doing.
It's fine, Tort. Oh,
You did not cause that.
Yeah, Flick has jumped to your side and sort of helping you back up.
You know, when you really look at it, he is just a really big brain, isn't he?
What can be done? How might we help him pass?
Your friend is jaded by many things. You all are. Your experiences define you to a certain extent, but even they do not determine who you are, how you deal with those experiences, what you do with them, where you go from them. That is what matters. Your world is at an interesting point in its history. Now, make no mistake, you are not fated, you are not heroes meant to save the world, you are not the crux of all things, but you may have a small part to play in some ways.
Believe me, we didn't sign up for any of that anyway.
How we deal with what we are given. I doubt this one sees it that way. I doubt he sees that he had much choice in the matter at all. Who are you? What are you? To pass your judgments on us so callously, as if you had any way of understanding what any of us have been through. What gives you the right? What gives you the privilege to pass your judgment on us so flippantly?
A silence as Torque's words kind of reverberate and resonate. For a moment, it's met by nothing but the boom, boom. Your question is just. You are right to ask. We have watched worlds die. We have watched universes die. Ones that were due, ones that should not have. Not all things that happen should. We have learned for eons about maintaining balance, order, chaos. Both are necessary. The chaos in your world infects the minds of those who live there, breeding more chaos. And as chaos breeds and breeds, it consumes. If you give in to it, you play a part in destruction. Each soul, however insignificant it might seem, that fights against the overwhelming chaos, perhaps may play a part in redeeming your world.
Now you listen here, and you listen well. You speak of choices, decisions. I am old. I have made many choices in my life. Most of them wrong, but they were mine to make. Every body behind me, every drop of blood spilt was my own decision. This one, and Torque gestures to Tailend, is still young. A lifetime of unmade choices still stretch out before him. He may still do something worthy of your passing judgment. Detain me here if you must, but send him home, and send him home intact.
Torque, give me not a wisdom saving throw, but just a straight wisdom check.
I'm going to spend my advantage here.
Okay.
I still haven't done that. I really should.
Oh.
13.
You can feel that rage building in you to kind of lash out, and there's a brief moment where it almost breaks free. You can kind of feel almost like a pulse of calm, barely perceptible, that just kind of washes over you. And there's just the slightest sense of acknowledgement, of acceptance. Not a judgment of your words, not a judgment of protocol or anything like that, but more of just a matter of fact acknowledgement of your desire, of your ideal, of even now what you have put yourself forward as fighting for, the ideal which you've held up. And then the brain starts to pulse again. Torque Loggerhead. There is hope for you. And for him. Let us hope it is enough.
Justice must be brought to those who have not received it.
There is a booming pulse that just emanates out from this massive skull in the ice, flash for a second, and the entire cavern around you just seems to shift, and kind of like a sound wave just ruptures through it. And in that moment, you almost feel yourselves just breaking apart as it passes through you and pulls you apart at every seam. And for a second, you want to scream, and just your mouth opens soundless. Nothing comes out. As you open your eyes, you find yourselves hearing the sound of birds chirping, forest wind, soft breeze blowing the trees. You're back in the gate. Daylight.
Oh. Well, that could have gone better.
What was the sun's position in the sky when we first came here?
Give me a survival check, if you would.
Alrighty.
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Oh, low roll, 14.
You find no need, Taylor.
Oh, okay. Thank God.
14. You look up, and this is your sky, actually.
I figured.
You're in the glade, but the sun, everything seems to be normal as it should be, actually.
How much time, based on like the position of the sun in the sky, how much time seems to have passed since we first stepped through the archway?
Based on your survival check, based on what you see in the sky, seconds, minutes, maybe.
Wibbly wobbly.
Tanara is going to mentally try to connect with Kamari. Kamari, can you hear us?
Yes, it works well. Let me know once you have gone inside and what you find. I'm very curious to know what it is that you see.
Kamari,
don't worry, the spell will stay up for.
Is this something we can all hear?
Yep.
I'm going to raise my hand up to Dinar.
Yes, Tayland.
Just bring my finger to my lips. We need to have a discussion first.
Is everything okay?
I'm going to pull myself up to sit upright. What, are we just going to tell her all of that?
It is strange. I cannot see you anymore. I can hear you, but you simply passed beyond the gate, and there's only forest. I see, not you.
Let's be selective in what we divulge, at least for now.
Yeah, Kamari, we can't see you on this side either.
That is curious. I wonder what it means. Some sort of abjuration, perhaps.
Yeah, some kind of illusory force field or something.
I'll mentally communicate back. Just give us some time to kind of check this place out. We'll take some notes and bring them back for you in a little bit.
You sound very exhausted, Tayland. Are you okay? Did something happen? Did you trip
I'll
and
send
fall?
back. I'll send back. He's just hungover.
I thought he always was.
Very bright here.
He doesn't do well when we're not on the seas.
Okay.
Don't worry, we'll make a full report for you.
I will be waiting here.
Yeah, there's some awesome runes here. I'm going to get some like charcoal rubbings for you. You're going to be happy as a pig in crap. It'll be great.
I don't want to be in crap, but I'll take your word for it.
Torque. Look,
No need. You don't have to say anything.
Do you want a drink?
Yes.
I'll reach into my boot and pull out the real good stuff. All right, you two magic people have fun getting your rubbings. Me and Torque are just going to have a bit of a sit down.
Mm-hmm.
Dinar is going to sit down in the middle of the glade, pull out a pinch of soot and some salt, and start to cast Comprehend Languages on himself as a ritual cast.
Yeah, I'm going to bust out my book and see if I can find anything that resembles that giant brain thing.
After taking a swig of the flask to calm his nerves, Torque was going to move off to the side and still kind of trying to parse everything they just went through.
Just to be clear, that's straight up moonshine.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. He's going to take a knee and kind of, hands on his anchor like a knight on his sword. He's just going to like mutter a prayer to Dispuna really quickly as he kind of tries to get his bearings.
All right. As the four of you try to make some sense of where you just were and what it was you saw, and perhaps try to get a little bit of a better look at what's around you right now, that is where we will end for this evening and pick it up next time.
Got me heart is yo-ho.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for joining us in chat. We noticed a few new names in there. I was going to say faces, but we can't see your faces, but we'll pretend your names are your faces. So thanks for showing us your colorful faces.
Thanks for hanging out.
Don't forget to check out our Patreon, check out our Discord server. Come and join that. Check us out on the YouTube, on the Podbean, and all that wonderful stuff. But you can find all the links to all of that at our link tree, linktr.ee/elderbrain. And we will catch you next time. Until then, stay safe, everyone. Happy gaming. Have fun. Bye-bye.